First step in learning slicers is that you gotta have a data set. So this is the data set that I'm going to be using. It's made up data, months, years, segments. Goes from 1992 all the way to 2021. Now to create your pivot table, which we have our pivot table right here. If you don't know how to make a pivot table, check out one of the other videos on the site on how to make a pivot table, and I'll walk you through step by step. In order to activate your slicers to begin to use them, there's two ways you can do it. The first way is to click inside your pivot table and then go up here to pivot table analyze, click on it, and then go over to insert slicer. That's one way. The second way, same thing, click inside your pivot table as the first step, and then instead of going to pivot table analyze, you go over here to insert, click on it, and then off to the right is the slicers button, and you click on it. So it doesn't matter how you get to this step. The important piece is that you've gotten to this step. So what we're going to do now, since we're already here, is we're going to click on slicer. And what you see is this insert slicers box. Now this insert slicers box is all the columns and information that resides inside of your pivot table. We have to choose what information we want to have control over. Well, year and segment allows us to get all the information by year, and we can do it all the three different segments: department stores, groceries, and furniture. So if we just click on those two buttons, those boxes, and click OK, you're going to have one that comes up for year, and you'll have another box that comes up for segment. Again, this is all the information that's within your pivot table, which comes from your data set. Now, the next thing you've done, because right now you've actually created your two slicers, and all you have to do is just click on the information inside, and it will change your pivot table over here, so you can analyze the data and see the data, see the information that you're looking for specifically. But before we start analyzing, I kind of like to get my boxes here in a way that makes sense to me. So I'm going to reshape and resize them so I can make that smaller. And then since this is highlighted, you'll see up top here it says slicer on the menu bar. And then you have some buttons over here. And I'm going to go up to the one that says columns. And I've got 3 buttons in there, so I'm going to make 3 columns. So I'll just change that to a 3. Resize this, make it smaller. Now I can see all 3. Then I'm going to bring this up under it and make it the same size. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change the columns. I could probably get about, yep, there you go, 4 columns. So now I can see every year. And then all I have to do, again, to start analyzing my data is literally just click on any one of these segment headers or any year, and the information here will be isolated to whatever I choose between these 2 boxes. So say I want to see information just about department stores. So if I click on department stores right here, you'll see all the other information is gone. Only thing that's left is department stores. Now say I want to see information from department stores in 20 and 21 only. So I can look and see how much money I've done in my department stores. Now, if I wanted to see, well, in 2020, I did $8,479 in January of 2020, And in January of 2021, I did 83.27. So I was slightly down in sales year over year in January. So I was able to easily find the information that I wanted. I was able to analyze it in seconds based off of the question I had and the information I needed. And again, you can change to whatever you want. So if I want furniture, if I want multiple, I can click multiple. If I go up here to this little X, I can undo it back to the way it was. Go down to this one, undo it back to the way it was. And that is slicers.